Don't you dare add jam to my butter or cinnamon. Like, what is that? I just want to take it straight. That's all I can handle.
There's a piece of toast.
Is my butter, because it's familiar and I can feel I'm in control and I don't have to worry about anything I don't know. No strange textures, no new experiences that I might be disappointed in. Oh, is that you guys? Is that you?
Yeah. So we wanted to more fully share together on some questions people have had online. We're not here to debate. That's not, we don't feel that debate is the highest call.
Nah.
Just when people are ready for certain things, they're ready for it. But like she just said, if people want to stay driving the old car and they don't want new car with new features, then that's their choice.
Yeah. It's too much.
Yeah, and that's what old wineskins in the church are about, or in religion or spirituality is people get stuck and they say, I just want, I'm familiar. I don't like change. I want the old wineskin. And what's wrong with that? Why are you trying to pull me out of an old wineskin?
Yeah,
why are you trying to get me to try new things?
Off with his head.
Yeah. So it's like Jesus was the new age to the old system, and he rocked the boat to the point of death. Yeah. Just like Charlie Kirk going into colleges and saying, college is a scam. You talk about going into a viper's nest, into full-blown university campuses, and saying, all this money you're paying here, it's a scam. See, I've known about this for years and wanted to speak about this. And then finally somebody is like, not that I was the only one by any means, but I just felt in my heart that universities would be obsolete one day because we would be having this AI immersive experience. Now, I didn't know it was AI at the time. I just knew that there was an immersion experience coming that's of higher quote education. Love passes knowledge. So when you're immersed in some experience of education that's all built on or surrounded by love,
and limitation. If you're surrounded by love, then it's good.
So these new terms, new language that's coming out, we're hearing it all over the world, and it's not new age. It's not even new. It's not even new.
It's like actually original, and it's just being brought to light again. That's right.
Yeah. And so if you're hearing, different things, I've posted a couple videos about it. We're more in love with Jesus than ever, guys. And it has nothing to do with being defiled or tainted or deceived. In fact, we're all deceived at certain levels. So I don't mean to burst your bubble.
We're all waking up at different
levels. We're all
levels.
waking up out of the false matrix. What is the false matrix? It's the illusionary world
of
control, institutionalism.
Powers that be.
That's why it's all crumbling. So we're waking up into a full-blown reality.
Yeah.
And that is the Christ that came to earth riding a donkey instead of a Learjet, and came in front of the most educated. But he came to the most educated, and said, you are blind guides leading the blind, because you don't even see the real Christ standing in front of you, the one that you've been searching
and studying your head off
for, and he's standing right here.
Now they've become so loyal to the written word, they miss the living Christ experience, harmonic beauty vibing right in front of them. No, because they become too loyal to the written word. They become, which came first, that chicken or the egg, right?
Yeah. The Bible is not the word of God.
Oh,
it's not.
Yeah,
I really think about that.
Written document, you guys.
That's right.
That has been through so many different translators with different viewpoints, and I know you guys are like, "Where's safety? My safety's being rocked."
Don't say that. It's blasphemous.
What did they have before the written word?
Let me take you back to John. It says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God,
and the Word was flesh,
and the Word was God." It's the person of Christ. It's the person, the Spirit of God inside of you and I. That's the Word.
Yeah.
The Word, the Bible, has been changed so many times, guys. So many books left out of it. We're talking entire books left out of it. And so you don't have the full picture. The Bible is good. We're not saying it's not.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is there's more to the picture. There's more to Christ. There's more to the story. There's more jam. There's more butter. There's more cinnamon. There's more cardamom. And so the stuff that is coming out now about the fullness of Christ, people aren't used to. And they're like, whoa, that's new age.
Yeah, anything
that's
outside
scary.
Of their knowledge of understanding we've been taught in the religious system, test all things, but our testing comes out of fear instead of, wow, what if? Maybe that's true. Maybe I've only had I've been camped on the first petal of the bloom, saying, well, that's all there is. I'm good with that. That smells enough for me. Too much might be overpowering. And all along, God's going, next petal, next petal, next petal, and all connected to the same stem, but it's the fullness, the full experience. The fullness is coming out. So just want to encourage you guys, don't get trapped in the limitations of logic, mind, survival, the religious structure, what they've taught you, because underneath that's a lot of control. God is like a whole new world, you know. He's wanting you to taste everything, enjoy, not taste everything, but you know what I mean? Enjoy his creation. Allow yourself to taste that cinnamon on the butter and the pesto if you want savory, or you know, why are we limiting ourselves?
Because we get so used to the familiar. Fear. And we don't, it's like having someone that you're really in love with, a mate, right? Your husband or your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. And, you know, a year down the line, you're like, I didn't know that about you. I didn't realize that you did that, or I didn't realize that was in your past, or I didn't realize that was your dream or your desire. Well, there was more to know and discover about the person, right? That's all we're saying. When you're hungry and you want to know, Jesus is going to give you as much as you want and as much as you can handle.
He is not boring. If you're bored in religion and wherever you're at, do a definite self-assessment and say, what have I camped? Have I limited? Have I, you know how easy it is to get in routines, right? We all, we buy the same food every 2 weeks at the grocery store. We make certain meals every week. You begin in these routines that end up becoming ruts. And then our body is like, I need some variety here of nutritional value. You've been camped in routine for so long. I am getting malnourished over here, And so, again, relationship with God it's so incredible. It is so full of again, enjoyment, pleasure, delight, expression, discovery, the fruits of the Spirit on overdrive. I mean, it's just bursting forth. So it's like, if we're not experiencing that, then we really have to question that, right? We have to question what's leading us. Are we in survival, or are we actually in flow and delight and joy? Because the original blueprint, when God breathed us, birthed us forth, he sung us forth out of absolute bliss and delight. Everything was harmonic. We were birthed into a harmonic field. We are all a note of the three Trinity chord. We are that chord progression. Everybody is a unique expansion note that God sung forth. When you have kids and the two of you come together, a new note is born. And so it's one big orchestra. So where we're at right now, God is calling us all together. We're in that orchestra pit. And Christ is the first violin striking the note of remembrance, singing the song of remembrance of Eden, to where we're all finally waking up out of our bent toneness of all this stuff that has just been piled on us through politics, religion, conditioning, our own upbringing passed down. He's saying, guys, retune back to the original note, the original sound of Eden. It's harmonics, you guys. It's frequency. That's musical theory. It's not some crazy, new age or whatever. Guys, it's musical theory. It's the original blueprint. It's we're in the orchestra.
The thing is about this too, you guys, is that any prophet or someone that is feeling the heart of God, we don't need to use the term prophet because it scares people today. Anybody that's coming out with something that's new to a generation, or new to a specific people group, or whatever you want to say, and it comes out onto this scene, a facet of the diamond of God, all right, a part of him comes out and is reminding us of something that we are, and it doesn't match with the scriptures that we've read. It doesn't match with the doctrine that we've received in our church, our programming, then automatically, because of fear, this is why Jesus said, fear not, fear not, fear not. I am the new coming onto the scene of the old. So fear not. You're going to hear new language. You're going to hear new things. And it's going to freak out the part of you that doesn't want change because it's so scared of being deceived. And so what happens is that when something quote unquote new comes out, it's not new. Everything's cyclical, right? And
it's triggered.
Then there's triggers. There's triggers that come out, and you say, "Oh, hold on, where's that chapter and verse?
Unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar. Unfamiliar." Instead of just going to God and saying, God, is anything that John and Amy are saying or anyone else saying, is there any truth to it? And then chew on it and receive what resonates with your spirit.
Yeah,
your head and logic are going to refuse things all the time. They're going to argue and debate and until you kind of chew on it and say, oh, that's interesting. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
Instead of doing that,
yeah,
we want to just automatically cut people off, or we say you're new age, or we say you're deceived, or we say that, oh, that's not, where's the chapter and verse? There's a lot of things Jesus does that aren't chapter and verse. Newsflash.
Yeah.
There's many things that Jesus does that aren't in the Bible. How about giving some of the idea for an iPhone that we're talking on right now? Where's that in the Bible?
That runs on crystals. Ooh!
That runs on crystals. Uh-oh, she said crystals. Don't be worshiping crystals.
Don't use your watch. It runs on crystals too.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, it's so true. Like John said, we do a tone. You know, you've got two tones, right? Love or fear. Love or fear. God said you'll know them by their fruits. So taste the fruit. Is it producing love? Is it, and you know, and just say, well, what if I am maybe not understanding that? What if I did camp on just one pedal and God's trying to offer me something new or something expanding me? But I get it. You know, it's challenging times right now, and we're already on overload, and so it's like any more new to us language or anything outside of this box that we're trying to maintain just to stay safe and sane, then yeah, of course it's going to, because it's bumping, any kind of bump. So when you're really sensitive, that sensor, anything that bumps it can come across as like, alert, that's an enemy, that's something bumped me, you know? And so, but it could just be this little innocent fish, you know, going around. And so, but when you're in survival, everything's on defense mode, you know? It's ready to...
Or you're a fighter by nature. You were programmed
fight or flight
and conditioned to be a type A, you know? When we say we're a type A or type B or whatever, that's conditioning, you guys. No, you're just a human being that has innocence that has been covered up through trauma and conditioning and programming. But you are a full-blown innocence walking the earth in your spirit. And you're pure.
Note.
And, you know, it's no different too when we've talked about effortless provision. Everybody on the planet has been conditioned to believe, unless they have a real revelation of this, that we have to work for money, that we have to work for our provision, that we have to work to get our needs met. And it's 100% not true. It is true to the ego. It is true to the fallen side of man, because that's what they're conditioned to believe. But how about giving somebody a gift that didn't do anything to deserve it?
Yeah.
That's what Jesus did.
We have a story coming up. We're going to post here soon about, we just had the most incredible sourdough bread and focaccia that was this almond. Oh my gosh. And cinnamon rolls just blessed us with.
Given to us.
We met her at Trader Joe's, and she's starting her business. And we were going to buy it. And she goes, no. She goes, I want to give this to you guys for free. You shouldn't have to buy the first, my first breads and all this different stuff. I want you to try them first. Again, it was the Edenic provision works through relationships. It's the field. And so
we didn't do anything to deserve that, you guys. We didn't work for that.
We didn't work for it.
It's maybe so small to you, but it's huge in that representation of effortless provision.
Desire of our heart was
because it's God's heart moving through people to say, no, you don't have to work for this bread.
Yeah.
You don't have to work for it. Here it is. I'm giving it to you. But so many people are conditioned to believe
Yeah.
That's the case, and that nothing outside of the Bible could be true. That's conditioning, you guys. Yeah. Because if that's true, then everything you see in the 3D world that is not mentioned in that Bible, it's all a lie. It's all deception then.
Yeah.
So you look at this in context and simplicity. Simplicity says that, hold on a minute, a car, an automobile that we're sitting in right now is not in the Bible. And you say, well, that doesn't matter, John. We're talking about weightier things here. Really? Okay. When we're talking about truth, the truth is we are sitting in a car that is not in the Bible. The truth is we're talking on a phone that's not in the Bible. And so you have to look at this through relationship lens, not just reading some book that is a good book, and then just staking your entire life on things that have been watered down throughout the ages, things that are missing out of there.
Jesus was the written word.
Jesus is the word.
He spoke. It's like, so don't you want to get to know the person over the written part? And I know a lot of people are like, it's too hard. I don't have time to just sit and listen to God. I'd rather just read it. And see, again, it's our own ego edging God out with a form of spirituality, trying to hold on. Well, at least if I just maintain with Scripture, I'm all right. You know, Pastor said, just read the word, read the word, read the word, read the word, you know? What about connect?
To all of the facets, the many millions of facets of the diamond of who Jesus is and who God is. And there's so much so that Jesus even said in the Bible, I wanted to say so many things to you, but your mind and your understanding could not handle them right now because of the level that you're at. That's paraphrased, of course, but that's what he was saying, is that you can't handle it right now. You can't handle the truth right now because of where you're at. And then Paul said, you should have been on meat by now, but you're still on the milk. You're still babes, but you should have been on the meatier stuff. What was he saying? He was saying there's so much more to Jesus than you can't even imagine it. And so that's what we're talking about when we say that we are retuning to Eden, not returning to something old, but retuning.
We're unbending our notes.
Unbending the notes.
It's been weighed down, you guys, by all these complications in religion and politics and just life. And so even when we think about expanding with God and being open to actually these things, what our systems clamp down because we've been taught it's going to be even more complicated. It's going to be even harder. It's going to be even more things I got to memorize. Remember what God said? Unless you become like a little child, you shall not inherit these things. So it's reverse. It's reverse. The more you release, the more you surrender, the more you just open your heart with childlike wonder, the easier it gets and the closer you get. It dissolves these separation constructs. So it's easier, you guys, and so much more fun. So anyway, we don't want to share even more on here and overwhelm you, but if you can chew on the things we just shared right now, go for it, enjoy it, and
know that you're not being deceived when you're following the Spirit of God inside of you. Most of the time, just to leave this, people don't know how to connect with the Spirit of God inside of them. So then they go to a system, they go to a structure, they go to a man or a woman or a book to say, okay, this makes sense. Whenever we say this makes sense, we're in our intellect, we're in our head. You stay in your head, you're dead. But when we drop down into our spirit and our heart, that's when relationship happens, right?
Go walk in the woods. All creation speaks of who I am. That's what he said right there in Psalms. I can speak to you any way possible through anything. So,
all right.
Have fun, you guys. Enjoy that cinnamon. Enjoy that pesto.
Enjoy it all.
Pumpkin sauce or apple butter on your toast. It's all good. It puts you in that state of enjoyment. And that is when you can fully start receiving. So, all right, you guys. Love you.
All right.
Thanks for all your responses, too. And we'll talk soon. Bye.